Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. My name is Chris, the High Guy Jacobs, and today we've got another episode of School's in Session for you. Today we're going to sit down with someone by the name of Le Plan B, a range main coming up on just about 100 million might, little bit of experience in it, but looking for a little bit more guidance. So I hope you grab your notepad, I hope you grab a beverage, this could be a long one, but it's going to be worth it. So tune in, sit down, buckle up, and let's enjoy this School's in Session class as we dive into what it means to be a range main player in Doomsday Last Survivors. And then I'll click record and we're going to basically go through. Now, what do you have any like pressing questions that you want to answer for or ask first? Or do you want to go through things first and then you can ask them afterwards?
We can go first, and then afterwards, probably going to be the B stuff.
Okay, so let's go through. We'll go through, take a look at what you got. We'll give you some guidance, and remember, take everything with a grain of salt. Okay, do with it as you will. I'll provide you with my best advice. If it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. Do your own thing. Totally makes sense, right? This is all just perspective to give you kind of an idea on how someone in my position would take a look at your account or would run your account.
Okay? Yeah, that's good.
So first I need to know a couple of things. Are you, what kind of spender are you?
I don't know what they consider like low, mid. I don't know what's the like bracket.
So what do you budget, if you don't mind me asking?
It's about 120 Canadian a month.
A month? Okay. So like, that's like just under 100 American. That's it's pretty low spending on this game. This game is pretty high. Okay. The cap on this is pretty high. If you equate that one skin, for example, is $600, upwards of $600, you can start to see how pricey it can be.
Yeah, that's the thing. I never knew what people meant by like med spenders, like what it's they never talk about the number itself. They just say, oh, are you a med spender, low spender? It's like what it's considered low amount of money in this game. Is it $20 a month, or is like 200 is considered low? So
I consider myself a medium spender. I would consider myself probably like low to medium, like on the lower end of medium, and I probably spend like $250 a month, maybe $200 a month, somewhere in there.
Okay.
But that's again on the low side of things, and even here, I think I'm not keeping up with a lot of the other players who, who spend a little bit more than me. But the range is very, 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 very drastic. I mean, between the whales and the average player, the gap is pretty huge.
Yeah.
But the reason why I ask is because the more money that you spend is going to determine the efficacy of what you can do in the field, or in your rallies, or in your garrisons, or wherever. Okay.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
Oh, I'm focusing only on garrison right now. If that was more information on it, like out in the field, there's not much on it. You'll see in my arms what I've tried to do with it.
Sure. So you're working on a garrison set, and then you're working on like how many marches do you normally fight in the field with? Do you fight in the field at all?
2 range.
2 range in the field. Perfect. Okay, so you're already restricting yourself in the field, which is awesome. And you're working on a garrison set, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. So we're going to dive into all of that kind of stuff. Before we do, I want to see what you've got going for your marches. So let's take a look at what marches you have set up.
All right. So, the first one. Oh, do you want to see this here? How do I see the full? Those are the main one I use. No, that's not the... No, I changed that. My bad. I've changed that. When I mass deploy is these 2 here.
Okay, Julia Lynn, Sophie Ethan. Perfect. Those are beautiful lines. That's what I would be fighting with. I think that's great. Is your Sophie close to awakening, or what does she look like?
She's...
okay, so it's decent. 5515.
Yeah, she's getting there.
Good. So you've got your setup. Sophie Ethan is disgusting. And it's really good on Garrison too, so I'm not hating that. What's your Lewis look like?
He's lacking a bit.
I mean, 5521's nothing to gawk at. He'll be a good garrison hero for you as well. Like Ethan Lewis is probably the best infantry or the best range garrison right now.
That's what I tried to go with.
Yeah, so that'll do really, really well for you, I think. Especially with your Ethan being where he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got him 1 Transcended and Awakened. Yeah, it's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So you've got a good setup on what you're looking at there. And if you fight with only those 2 lines, then let's look at setting up just those 2 lines. Okay? So your first leader is Sophie. Let's look at Sophie's armaments, and let's go through individually what you have.
You need to just hit quick equip?
No. Let's go through individual
one by
spots.
one.
Yeah, let's go through one by one. Okay, and your other helmet. So let's put that helmet on her, that hat on her.
Just don't really care.
Yeah, purples are useless.
This is gonna be this one.
Oh, nice. You even have the dagger back to tactical pants. That's good.
Yeah, it costs a pretty penny.
Oh, yeah, of course they do. Of course they do. But they're worth it. They do really well. No, put the other one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep your garrison set for your garrison set.
Do I want to put the 0-star, or for now I keep the 4-star purple device?
I would keep. Yeah, I'd keep the plasma blade and the nano purifier there instead. Yeah, I would keep it there instead for right now.
Is there a reason we're putting the superb hat instead of the just 4-star legendary one?
Yeah, just because of your garrison basic attack damage, Hone.
Oh, that's on the wind trigger hat. Oh, okay, yeah, we want to keep it.
And why we're doing that one instead of the purple one?
Oh no, the purple one's because it's just worse.
Yeah, exactly. So now let's go to your Ethan. And sorry, let's go to your Julia.
Yeah, I don't know.
Let's go to your Julia, sorry.
And then I just put the rest.
Now, here's where you're going to have... Okay, back out for a second. So this becomes your 2 top marches. You've got Sophie at 2.7, which is good for your might. That's perfect. It's wonderful. And you've got Julia at just over 2.
2.
Okay? So, as I've told people before, this is going to determine a lot of things. How much you spend is really what's going to determine what you open up your heroes to. So if I were you, I would look at only look at fighting with in marchers in the field that have at least a 3 million hero set. So for right now, I wouldn't even bring Julia in the field. I would bring Sophie in the field until you get her at 3 million, then start working on your Julia set and allowing her to come in the field. Because here's the truth, right? And you can still use Sophie with Lynn. That's still a good pickup too. Right? You can still run that pairing as well, and that's going to do all right as well, just as well. The only reason why you want to run Sophie with Ethan is because Ethan provides a ton of skill damage to AoE damage.
Yeah, and he's awakened. Lynn is pretty far now.
Yeah, that's not going to be as bad. And like I said, Ethan, the difference with Ethan, if you look through his skills, he does miss out on a lot of the skills going in the field because they're not transcended yet.
Yeah, until they're transcended, like this one.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's some that he does lose out on if he's not garrisoning. So in the field, it's a little bit of a disadvantage, which is also why you might even go Sophie Julia, which isn't necessarily bad. It's going to hit hard. You know what I mean? It'll hit hard, has silence. It's not going to be as tanky, right? So it'll die as fast, but that just involves you being a little bit, more intelligent when it comes to fighting with your teammates, fighting behind people, making sure that you're never the target of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the concept is that you really want to think about how effective your marches are going to be, because you can send 5 marches in the field, right? Everybody can. And I noticed that you even had infantry and rider lines saved in your march line.
Yeah, for garrison field, so I don't send the top might and end up with not my range 0.
Good.
When it's time to fill quick.
So you have them specifically for filling, right?
Yeah.
So here's what I want us to do. Go to the leaders of those marches.
Rigaro and JC.
Okay, so let's go to Rigaro, go to his armaments. And we're going to only equip superbs. If you have superbs, you're going to equip superbs. If you do not have superbs, you do not equip them.
Okay.
Perfect. Now go to Chasey because she's your rider leader. And you're going to do the same thing. Put on your superbs. And it's good that you're doing this early in your career or in your gaming experience, because the amount of mistakes I made early on, like, you'll be able to start developing a lot faster.
Yeah, okay.
Okay? Because here's the thing. With the equipment that you have, especially for riders and infantry, using them for anything else except filling rallies and garrison is a total waste. So you're never going to put them in the field. So the only thing that you should be focusing on is the eventual late game, right? When you spent all your equipment, you spent all your parts, they're having to force to get white at that point, and you'll be working on you superbs for that sets then.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying?
That's gonna be in like 2 years.
Yeah, it's down the line as long as things progress. But the thing is, you're never going to be using them to fight in the field before that anyways. Because even as a range main, you can still even go up to 3 ranged troops, right? 3 ranged marches in the field, which is 3 full sets, which is even by its own right a lot to work on.
Mm-hmm.
And that's before you even touch infantry and riders, right? So there's lots and lots of time that you'll have to put into your range before you'll even touch the other 2. But you still want to work on the superbs. The difference is, now that we have equipped your 2 lines, right, and your two other set lines, let's look at your farmers. Have you equipped your farmers with the farming ones, or do you just equip them with whatever?
Well, I equip them with pretty much whatever. I don't really care about the farmers so far. But just before we go,
sure.
What I just want to check something before when I try to garrison, if I ever for like off limit stuff, is it good to just switch the set from Sophie straight to Ethan to have him lead? Yeah, okay, that's what I've been doing. Okay.
Yeah, that would typically be your best bet, to swap them in that way. Or what you can do, because like I said, I would, especially in your position, I would almost look at fighting with only 1 march in the field and then using your other set, because your other set has already started to be stat for garrison.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I would put those garrison pieces directly onto Ethan as it is and start building up his set as a garrison set. So you work on your 1 main fighting set, and because you've already been gifted a lot of garrison pieces, like a lot of garrison hones on your other set, right?
Yeah, just put them on Ethan.
Put them on Ethan instead. Since you're only fighting with 1 march in the field, and Ethan is either going to be co-leading that 1 line in the field or leading your garrison line on defense, it'll give you more capabilities and more freedom that way to just kind of work on his set that way.
Yeah. Okay.
And as long as you don't get a whole bunch of garrison, as long as you're not focusing just exclusively garrison, you can always swap the garrison set from Ethan onto Julia if you want a 2nd march in the field and still be able to do okay.
Got it.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. So far, the garrison one that I've gotten is just because they're red homes, so I didn't might as well use them.
Yeah, so because here's the thing. Worst case scenario, you're gonna you put it on your main garrison set that sits on your tower. Worst case scenario, you get burned at home. You're still at least using the garrison hones. Then you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's good to have them until you need to get them replaced. Once you need to get them replaced, then you can look at taking them off and making them more attack, defense, lethality, or block to make them more uniform from there.
Yeah. Okay.
But here's the thing. Now we can start looking at the farmers. Now, you said you don't really care about farmers, but truth is this game is as much about farming as it is about anything else. However, we still want to be smart with our might, with our rating, and with our parts. So if you've noticed on our 2 main heroes that we're using on Sophie and on Julia, or Sophie and Ethan, we're only using legendary and purple armaments, right? We're not touching blues and we're not touching greens.
Yep.
We don't want to. We want to dismantle all of the blues and greens and use them, turn them all into gold parts. Because every single week you have an armament store that provides you with effectively 20 fragments if you have the parts for it.
Yeah, I bought a few already for the.
So you want to, every single week that you have the fragments, you want to buy your 10 random frags. Not random, sorry. Your 10 choice frags. Your 5 each for the specific one that you're doing. And your 5 honing chips. Don't ever forget your honing chips. If you can afford it, get your honing chips every time. Because honing chips are so valuable in this game, you will not believe it. I went through 400 honing chips in the last event and got absolutely nothing out of it, so I'm pretty choked.
They're a hit or miss. Like, I've been pretty lucky on mine. I have, like, what, 7, 8 red hones on my stuff already, so just this pants or this shoe here was like...
Yeah, I mean, and that's a great set to have, right? Especially on the collab pants or on the collab shoes.
Yeah, I was pretty happy with those.
Yeah. So, let me see your march. Let me see your farming marches. Have you already gone through and balanced your farming marches?
I did when you posted that first training video. So I went and set up with the hero. That was like the food.
Yeah, food, wood, steel, oil. Awesome.
Oil.
Awesome. So now you have these 4. These 4 are the ones you're going to outfit with just your farming equipment. Okay, so let's go to her first. Now, the only ones that she's going to get, she's not going to get everything. Okay. Those, she's not going to get everything. She's only going to get a shovel if you have it.
Got one.
Yeah, you're going to put a shovel on every gathering hero that you have. For her, she wants, because she does oil, she wants the pants.
Okay, the pants. Oil.
Yeah, there's oil gathering pants. Now you want the purples as quick as you can, right? To swap those out.
Yeah.
You want to put a go to the backpack for a second. The strap case. You see how it's got wood gathering speed as well as squad load?
Yep.
You want to put a wood gathering speed or a strap case on every one of your heroes. It just so happens this also has oil gathering speed, so put this on your oil gatherer. And then you can go to your put on the forward jacket. No, put on the forward jacket. You'll put a forward jacket on everyone too because it's got squad load.
Okay.
Now go to your steel gatherer or food, whichever other leader you want.
Let's go with the food first.
Okay, so food does boots.
Boots.
Yeah, those boots are going to go on her. And you can combine those with the other boots that you have on what's his face?
Oh, it's this guy.
Because you don't need extra food gathering speed on him. I think you have some on Maggie too. Or Michelle, sorry.
Michelle, yeah, she got some pants.
Yeah, you can level up those.
All right.
And then
don't have a jack yet.
Nope. You can put on a strap case because it's got squad load. But that one you might actually want to save to put on your wood person because it's got wood gathering speed as well. And you can just put a strap case on her whenever you get another strap case. Yeah. But
and the jacket as well.
Yep, and then if you get a forward jacket, you put another forward jacket on her.
Then we have the steel.
Yeah, so steel does goggles.
Goggles. I don't think I got
not those ones. Those ones, the stealth goggles. Okay. Yep. So you can put those on for now until you get them.
No. And that's pretty much it for him.
Yep, for now. Do you have any of those high performance motor devices yet?
No, I got the VIP for it, but I saw they cost quite a bit of steel, so I was like just holding on to them for now.
Well, you get one every week.
Because they're about 5 million, right?
Sure. And you're an infantry main or a range main, so steel's your most important, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to tell you one thing. This is the most important device you're going to have. It's worth the 5 million steel.
Okay.
It's going to go on every single hero or every single gatherer you have, and you want to get it to level 5 as quick as you can because it provides bonus resources and a gathering speed, unanimous skill gathering speed. It's absolutely important. And you're going to put one on every one of your gatherers. So for you, for steel being most important, I would put this on your steel guy first.
Okay.
Yeah, give him that device. Now for wood, you can give him the backpack for now.
Doesn't have
nothing else.
Food, nothing else. All right.
Now here's the thing. We have currently equipped all of your leading heroes that are ever going to need equipment for right now. You've got Sophie. You've got Sophie is your main fighting hero. You've got Julia with your next hero set or your garrison set, which you can switch to Ethan. You've got armaments on Ragaro that you're working on. You superbs for your infantry that you'll get eventually. You've got superbs on Chasey that you'll get eventually. And you've got your gathering heroes. Those are the only heroes that you actually need armaments for. Okay? So if you go to your backpack right now and show me your armaments that you have in your bag. Okay, scroll down to what we have unequipped. All of these are ones that aren't equipped. Okay? Can literally be dismantled.
Okay.
Because not only are they not doing anything for you, because we're not looking at purples. Purples don't really do anything. A fully maxed out purple is like 240,000 might. Yeah,
I got the hat here fully. It's about that.
Yeah,
it's less than 200 might. 200,000 might.
Well, it should be more than 200,000. I think they max out at about 240 or 230 something thousand.
Okay.
But it's very low. 233,000 maybe, right?
Yeah.
So in reality, they do nothing but provide you the capability to dismantle and give you your nuts and bolts so that you can buy the actual fragments. Same with the blues, same with the greens. As soon as you get your blues, I honestly dump them every time. I only ever work at purples. Every other blue I get rid of. The only reason that you have some here that are not are just because they have some benefit for you right now, but you're going to swap them out as quick as you can. As soon as you get your blue pants for your oil gathering pants, for example, you're going to swap them. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Right? So super, super easy. And then here's what I'm going to suggest doing. All of your purple choice fragment boxes that you have, scroll up for the choice fragment boxes that you have. Use all of these only to do your farming equipment.
Oh, okay.
Because you're not going to... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I've been using them to finish something out and then dismantle it after.
Use it for your farming equipment first. Get all of your farming equipment leveled up first and then do all of that. Okay. Because you have to realize, and this is something I wish I knew earlier, farming is so important in this game. I've got 3 farms specifically because of how important farming is. Yeah. Right? So sorry, go ahead.
I got lucky and got given a farm with 20 billion resources on it, so
you're sitting pretty nice for a little bit. But I'll be honest, when you get up to my level, when you get up to 150 million plus, I'll go down. I spend 2 billion resources per event. Yeah. You know what I mean? There's a lot to spend. So it becomes a massive drone. So having that is great, but realize that will run out. So having that extra time now to work on your farmers so that when it does start to come low, you'll have those farmers kicking in is perfect. It's a perfect time. Yeah. Okay. But that's what I would suggest doing. I would suggest turning your purples into the farming equipment that you need and only for the farming equipment you need, right? So 1 universal shovel on every of your 4 heroes or 5 heroes, because there's effectively 5 marches. And if you didn't know, your 5th march is going to be the old crazy man and the back alley doctor. Okay. And those ones you can put on all the farming ones because they can farm everything, right? So put on 1 copy of everything.
So it'll be, let's do this.
Yeah, that guy and that guy. That'll be your next farming line. But of course with different troops. So, yeah, so from there, the rest of the armaments that you can in your bag, when you're ready or if you want to, what I would suggest doing is obviously dismantling the ones that you're not equipped. Okay?
Yeah, even the gold one, I'm assuming.
Absolutely, absolutely. Because remember, the only things that you have to save, all of the gold ones that are not superbs or ranged. Because you're still working on elite or you're still working on legendary, right? But you're not worrying about legendary for your riders and you're not worrying about legendary for your infantry because guess what? You're never going to fucking use them.
Okay.
So it's best to break them down and then every single week, as you can, right, take every single frag that you can, dump them into the random frags, or not the random frags, the choice frags, and then the specific frags that you need, and the honing chips.
Okay. And with that shop, I'll have a question.
Yeah,
on
sure.
it, because I'm close to finishing the crossbow here, 5-star crossbow. Do I still want to dump my stuff and getting more boxes, or do I want to keep my metal shard for other parts?
So the weapon frag choice box, or the choice box, just means that you'll be able to use it for everything. And you're working in your crossbow now, which is almost done, correct? But what's your secondary one after that?
Did a superb one eventually, or do I still want to work on a second one?
Absolutely, you still want to work on a second one until you get your superbs, because superbs take a long time to build up anyways.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Unless you're spending like the events that you can to get the superbs, unless you're focusing on them. I'm still like a year into this game, and I think I'm only close to my first 5-star. Not a year, sorry, 1,000 days. My apologies. Like 2 years, 2.5 years, almost 3 years. So it takes a long time to build up superbs, but still work on your elites while you can. So I would still suggest getting those fragment choice boxes, because that way you can, not only can you put them wherever you need to into whichever marksman crossbow or the other one that you need to, but you can start working on that second set. Because once you get your hero above 3 million, you can now start working on another march.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
So after like these 2 or 3 million, then I can look. I don't know who else would be a leader, but
Lynn can be a leader even.
Yeah.
And who knows, because they have new range heroes coming out next, not next TC, but the one after.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
Yeah, they haven't slowed down and stopped. I think they really need to do that. Yeah. But, go ahead. That's what they want to do. But with all of those extra, scrap metal, you can use it into your armament shop to get the parts that you need. Get your weapon frags or the choice boxes every week. Get your specific choices or the specific boxes every week for their specific fragments every week, and get your 5 honing chips at the bottom. Your 5 rare chips.
I get them first?
Yes, I would suggest getting your honing chips first. Your honing chips are more important than your fragment pieces.
Okay.
Because hones literally determine it. You can have as many fragments as you want, but your 5-star will never get anywhere if you don't have honing chips.
Got it.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's what I would suggest. I think those are the 2 most important things. The rest of them are all kind of whatever you want to focus on. But like I said, it's really just about the superbs for the other 2. Now, that's going to give you a lot of freedom. It's going to lower your might, right? We've already lowered your might a little bit because we've got a lot less armaments that are equipped doing nothing for us. And once you dismantle them, that'll also lower your rating, which will make your matchmaking easier, right? Every little change is going to make your matchmaking easier.
Yeah, I need to... Okay, not... to lower the matchmaking, like for example, like an off limit, it still count as long as they're not dismantled.
Yeah, it counts. So the rating itself is counted. There's a lot of things that count your rating. And even if you ask the AI chatbot and things like that, and even if you ask support desk, they're very vague with what it all covers. But from what we can tell, it's not only your might, but it includes your win-loss ratio, includes your death ratios in there, includes your armaments that are in your bag that are not equipped, right? There's a lot of different things. It even accounts whether you play daily or not, adds to your rating.
Oh, okay.
Right? So there's lots of things that it equates to. So that's why, for example, my might is only 180 million, but my rating is 500 million.
I see. Okay, yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we want to be able to limit that rating as much as we can as well. So getting rid of those armaments in your bag that aren't doing anything, right, will lower that rating. It's the same with chips. It's the same with all that kind of stuff. And that's why I always suggest, even with chips for your beasts, which we'll get into, right, we want to really look at focusing on the purples and the golds, and then obviously the OCs if you get lucky enough to get into the OC chips. And only look at the blues if you need to. But that stuff's a lot more expensive, so it involves a lot more kind of dismantling a lot more to be able to get the parts and stuff that you need. Which we'll go into here in a second.
Okay.
So we've talked heroes. You've got an idea what to do on heroes. I mean, obviously you're doing well with the heroes that you're working on. You've got Ethan Awakened, which is nice. You got him Transcendent on level 1, which is nice. Realize obviously you've got heroes coming. So, focus on saving up for those or kind of, seeing how they play out. If you're a garrison player, I don't think you're getting a garrison hero in this next rotation, so you can probably start saving up for the first time that you'll see the garrison ranged hero in the next cycle, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the money's been going to the exquisite file a bit, so
yeah. So save up those files, and then save up all of that for, like I said, the garrison hero that that'll come, not this rotation, like not this rotation of 3 new heroes, but the next rotation. Mm-hmm. So closer to like 4 months probably. And I would save everything up and then just dump it all on that to get your other garrison hero, because Ethan and whatever the next garrison hero will be is going to be your best garrison lineup to run on as well.
So do I want to not invest much more in Ethan then, or do I still want to get him fully transcended?
So that's going to depend on how much you spend.
Okay.
Right? And even as myself, like I don't like, I'm a garrison player and I've got an Awakened Boyd and I don't have him transcended yet, and I'll probably only ever get 2 levels on him transcended.
Okay.
So we just have to understand that. Just realize that Ethan is still great if he's awakened. He's still really good. It's just chances are, unless you're prepared to dump a decent amount of coin into him, you're not going to have him fully transcended very often. Like, it's not going to happen.
Okay, so the next plan is I like 45 out of 90 energy core, just finishing the second transcended and then saving.
That's right. I would doing exactly that. Get your next transcended skill because you're close to it, and then saving everything for the next one.
I already have the frags, so
that's perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. So if you have the frags and everything for it, then you're already set up for it. Get that skill, but I wouldn't look at having to transcend him the whole way, because that means that you have to do exquisite files and win, which is another 3,000 files just for him.
Yeah, if you rank 4th or 5th in those, you get nothing.
Yeah, it's like not worth it. So it's like you have to. I'm sitting on 3. That's why I haven't done Boyd, right? I'm sitting on over 3,000 files, but both times Boyd has gone over 6,000 for the top 3, and I'm like, if I can't get 2 skills leveled on those 3,000 files, I'll wait until my next rotation.
Yeah, that's what I've been keeping an eye on. So the last day, how high people are, and if I can get it lucky, like under 2,000 files or something.
Exactly. And if that's the case, then you might be able to spend a little bit to capture it. And in that situation, I would look at doing it. But other than that, because of the speed at which they're bringing out new heroes and because of the impact that these new heroes are having, I would look at saving everything now, knowing that they have one and you're going to have a garrison hero. Save up everything so that when that garrison hero drops, right, not only can you awaken him on day 1 after you get him, but you might be able to get transcended, one skill transcended on the first time too.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
Okay, so we've gone through heroes. You got a good placement there. We've gone through armaments. You have a good idea what we're doing there. Your equipment, we've already checked out on. If you want to just go to your equipment real quick for me, just so I can get a recording of it. Very hyper-focused, which is perfect. The only difference I would suggest is focusing on your backpack parts.
Yeah, the only reason I did that was for TC to get points, because I didn't have enough for the backpack. So I was like,
and that's totally fine. And ranged HP is a good one to have chosen. But because you're ranged, I would suggest doing your backpack parts, only because your skill damage is so huge for ranged. Mm-hmm. So having that and having your damage reduction there because they're so squishy also makes sense as well. So it would be a good focus on that backpack parts as well. And I don't normally say backpack parts for most because they're more expensive. It's twice as much for the backpack than it is for everything else. And so I would typically say focus into your ranged, but because, like I said, squad damage and skill damage is so important for ranged, it's not a bad idea to focus on your backpack parts. But I love to see the blues and purples with no parts. That's perfect.
Yeah. No Christmas lights here.
No, that's awesome. I love to see that. That's a really good focus. But this exactly shows why we don't need to have any armaments for riders or infantry, right? Because there's literally nothing helping them out. Okay, so we've got equipment. We've gone through heroes, armaments. I guess really what we need to talk about is beasts or vehicles. Which one do you want to tackle first?
Vehicle, pretty fine. It's not too I went really high with the attack one, so now I'm just back on the defense.
Perfect.
The
and
rest
you got everything at level 1. Perfect.
Yeah, TC points. So it's like they're level 1 just for the sake of it.
It's actually a good idea, anyways. Like there is kind of a specific leveling that I would suggest people do. So if you go from here, like the fact that you have your fire control at level 15 is perfect. I would get light protection up to level 10. And then I would get the other ones to level, like you already have them at level 1, so you're fine. So I would get your light protection up to 15 and then bring your other ones up to level 5 or level 10, depending on how you're feeling. Because you still get squad protection from the leveled up other skills, right? You still get squad firepower and squad protection.
Okay.
Right? So having those still level up at the same type of, like you still want to kind of bring them up a stage at a time does make sense. And if you're going higher than level 15, if you look at your level 15, well, to go to level 16 costs a shit ton more resources.
Yeah, and the firepower, 10 more firepower here.
Exactly. So it becomes there becomes what's called diminishing returns, right? So it becomes a situation where you might do this one more time just to unlock it at 16 and then stop there until you get everything else up to level 5 or even level 10 if you want the extra firepower instead. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that becomes your choice. But other than that, you're doing good on your workshop. Looks good. So let's go to beasts. Now, with beasts, obviously you've already got your crystal pangolin, which is good. You've got your hammer pangolin, which is awesome. Your hammer pangolin is already stronger than your crystal pangolin, which is great. I assume you've done more in regards to your ranking up in your promoting and stuff like that in your hammer pangolin, correct?
Yeah, the potential.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Awesome.
So.
Awesome. Yeah, so you're doing the right things. You're working on the right ones. What does your crystal look like? Have you done any of the potential and pristine life into that one at all? No pristine life, just potential.
Pristine life at all. I put potential.
Okay, perfect. So you're kind of right in the right situation. So if you've got now you just got to think of it this way. You need 2 beasts for every march that you plan to use.
Yeah.
Okay, so 2 beasts for your garrison, 2 beasts for your fighting line. Now, you can make them the same if you'd like, but I would work on especially 4 separate beasts just so that you have more playability. Right? And I would simply work on the top 4 that you get lucky enough to get from the game. Right? So the one that you get the most copies of, the one that you have, the most might just naturally by itself is the ones that I would work on.
I've been forcing the hammer pangolin with all the beast choice frag that we get.
Yeah, good.
Oh.
I mean, you're working on your garrison line, so that's perfect. That's what you should be doing. That's what I've been trying to do as well. As soon as I get it up high enough, I'm going to rotate it out for my crystal pangolin. But I've put everything into my crystal pangolin, so my crystal pangolin is maxed. And it's
the potential as well?
Yeah, potential and pristine life is all done.
The full pristine life?
Yeah.
To top. Oh my god.
Yeah, okay. So it's like a 3 million crystal pangolin. But here's the thing. Here's my plan, right? And this is something that not a lot of people realize. Because I eventually want to switch over to my hammer pangolin. My hammer pangolin, I think right now is a +7, I think. But once I get it up high enough, I think it's 8 or 9. Once the skill damage is high enough, I'm going to swap it over. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to break down my crystal pangolin. Because when you break down your crystal pangolin, you get 100% of the pristine life and 100% of the potential that went into it back.
Okay.
So I'm going to break down my crystal pangolin, dump all of that pristine life and stuff into my hammer pangolin, right? And then use that with the other pairing instead and still have one copy left of the crystal pangolin.
Yeah, okay.
And I'm not going to pair the two top pangolins together because, truth be told, they don't have the best synergy together. There's much better synergy out there.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing, just because they were both the highest level. I've been putting them together.
Mm-hmm.
But now I'm trying to get that crab up to replace eventually that crystal pangolin.
I would look at still doing it anyways. I would look at swapping it out anyways. I would look at doing the hammer pangolin with the crab regardless, and then doing the crystal pangolin with the blaze sabertooth.
Okay. Even for the field, crystal pangolin on the field.
Because here's the thing: the crystal pangolin doesn't lose very much. Go through his skills for a second. Let's take a quick walkthrough. Yeah. Okay. As a leader, it's still getting 420% times its damage, which is still respectable damage numbers. It's not getting the counter at 3 seconds, and it's not getting the additional damage. That's fine. You're still getting the base damage plus the damage reduction to squad heroes. Okay? Go to his second skill. As a leader, you're still getting that. You don't lose any of that.
Yeah, no garrison thing in here.
Okay? If you go to the third one, yes, you don't get the first top up to the 250%, but you still get the count. You still get the additional damage. But if he's co-leading, he's still going to provide leader defense 10%.
Yeah.
Right? So he's not losing out on anything there. And then you still get this. And then, but if he's supporting,
you get this. The support, yeah.
Right. So where it's going to depend on where he is, right? So when you're triggering a counterattack against a rallied target, if you're out swarming in the field, for example, you're still going to get that benefit.
True. I don't think I'll be close to swarming rally targets, but
no. But here's the thing: even if you go out and swarm a rallied target, like one of the villages, for example, you start a rally, right? There's nothing wrong with swarming a tower at the end. It's the same type of thing.
Yes. Okay.
Right. So even on something like that, or if you rally an opponent, right, who didn't shield, and you're going to swarm him at the end. Right, you're still going to swarm him when he goes red because you want the extra resources. You're still going to get that benefit there too. So there's still playability for him in the field, especially as a support hero.
I see, okay.
Right? So I still use my crystal pangolin out in the field and it still does really well.
Yeah, I still do with my hammer because it's highest thing.
Yep. Exactly. So I would straight up from here pair your hammer pangolin with the general crab, and then your lava rhino with the crystal and pango.
Yeah.
And then I would look at equipping chips on these top 4 beasts. Now, before we go into chips, let's look at something. The rest of your beasts are effectively irrelevant until you need additional marches. Okay, so you're going to let them grow by themselves, but you don't need to put chips on them because that's just going to inflate your might some more. Just hold on a second.
Where's the lighter or the torch?
That torch?
And the lighter.
Right there?
Thank you.
I think my daughter's going to do some drugs. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. So they're going to burn garbage. You paused the stream.
Oh, I'm in a different window.
No,
sorry.
Fine. That's fine. It's fine. You got to do your things too. Okay, so the rest of your beasts are basically there to just kind of grow organically, whatever you're lucky enough to get. And you can move those, like you have your 2 top beasts, your hammer pangolin and your rhino, or your sabertooth. And then whatever is like strong enough, like whatever you're lucky enough to get, you can kind of swap those out as you need to. right? So this is the same thing I tell people. Every couple of months, as your beasts have a chance to level up, as you're able to get fragments and stuff for those beasts, or they're able to get copies of themselves, there's nothing wrong with you detaching all your beasts and taking off all your chips, and then finding out where your top 4 are, or maybe your top 6 at that point, because maybe you have 3 marches that you're working on. You can kind of mix and match and play them as you need to from there. Because the thing with beasts that most people don't realize is that the pairing itself for most people doesn't really matter. You can put the hammer pangolin with the general crab. You can put the hammer pangolin with the blaze sabertooth. You can put the hammer pangolin with the crystal pangolin, right? So like, unless we're talking about the top 1% of the game where 1% or 2% stat matters, it gives us a lot of freedom. Okay, so as those level up organically, feel free to move them around as you need to. Does that make sense?
Got it. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to the beasts themselves, are there any questions you have about them?
Not much. No, that's pretty much. I was like the chips. I've been on the chips, like just getting the crit because it's the crit thing, but I've heard it's not what you want to necessarily do.
So here's the thing. The chips add a whole bunch of capabilities for your heroes, or for your beasts. Because if you back out for a second, let's talk about beasts real quick. So just back out of this screen for a second and look at the attributes. Click on your attributes. Okay? So the attributes itself is really what's going to determine how effective your beast is. If you click on the question mark by special attributes, we're going to start talking a little bit about what is actually happening in a fight. Because most people don't know what happens in a fight, right? They don't know what's triggering. They don't know how it's triggering. They haven't taken the time to go through the details. And I don't blame them. It's a lot of reading, but it's very simple, okay? Every time you're either dealing damage, dealing counter damage, dealing damage, dealing crit damage, or being dealt damage of any source on your beast, so whenever they're activating an active skill or a secondary skill, there is a % chance to trigger either crit damage, combo damage, or counter damage. Okay? And that's not specific to the beast. Every beast is capable to do all these 3. The only difference is, if you close this screen down real quick, you'll see that the hammer pangolin naturally provides crit and counter. Okay? Yep. Now, if you're a whale, you can disregard my information. However, for the average player, we want to be as effective as we can with the least amount of resources that we have, right? Mm-hmm. Now, what they've put into here, and this is a perfect prime example. If you click on your special attributes, for example, just before you do, realize that you have 60 crit and 120 counter.
Oh, yeah, 60.
60 crit and 120 counter without anything else, right? That's what you have. Mm-hmm. Okay, so go click on your special attributes. 60 crit converts to 9.1% chance to crit rate, right? To trigger rate.
Yeah.
However, if you have twice as much on the points, right? You have 120 counter, that should equate to 18.2% trigger rate, right? But it doesn't.
Yeah, which is lower. Yeah.
Now, why is that? Because we have what's called diminishing returns. The lower the points in your stat, the more value you get for them. Okay? So this is the thought process. I can dump everything in my chips and increase my counter as high as I can and get that trigger rate as high as it can, right? Mm-hmm. But what's better? Having a 100% counter trigger rate, or having a 33% trigger rate on crit and combo and counter? What do you think would be better?
It would depend on the bonus damage you have for each of them, or
let's say it's all the same.
All the same.
Yep.
Probably the 33% because you can trigger it. You can get lucky.
You can trigger it on every single time that damage is being dealt.
Yeah.
Right? Versus when you're doing it with counter, where it's only when you're being dealt damage. So now you're waiting for them. So that it gives you more freedoms and more capabilities. So my theory is, for the average player, the average low spending free player, things like that, you want to balance your crit, combo, and counter as much as you can, as balanced and even as you can get them. Because this will give you the most amount of trigger percentage for the least amount of points. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah.
and because chips give us so much freedom, this gives you the capability to put combo chips on your pangolin,
Yeah.
which is going to provide the third stat that he doesn't have naturally. Right?
Yeah.
Or you can go by pairing him, since now that we have paired him with the general crab, as you build up your general crab and you put the potential in him where his attributes will go up, because right now he doesn't have any attributes, you haven't put any pristine life into him.
Yeah.
Right? But as he starts to get this, he will give those boosts to your other beast via inheritance.
Yeah.
And that
The
inheritance, once you level it up, is 70% of what they bring.
Yeah. And they inherit the chips bonus as well?
Yes.
Yes, okay.
They inherit the chips. That's why you need to have chips on all of your beasts that you're fighting with. They're not like armaments where they only go on the leaders. You need to put them on the co-leaders too, because that inheritance covers all of those attributes.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So this gives you a lot of freedom. So we're starting to address it now by pairing your hammer pangolin with the giant crab claw. So now naturally, as you level the giant crab claw, you're going to start giving combo into your leader hammer pangolin. But here's the other thing that you're doing. Click on your general crab or your giant claw crab for a second. Go through his skills for a second for me. No, the other one, because he's a leader. When triggering, yeah, so here's the thing. As a support, you're also bringing corrode damage. Right? So you're bringing another type of damage when you pair the pangolin with the giant crab claw. So now you're bringing combo, crit, counter, and corrode damage.
Yeah.
So
They don't explain the corrode damage though, right?
Pardon?
They don't explain the corrode damage in the special attributes.
Yes, they do. Click on it and you'll see.
Did they?
Yep.
Did I miss it? Where's the corrode?
It's mentioned up at the top, right here. Special at the top.
Oh.
The damage caused by biochemical is divided into two parts: direct damage and indirect damage. Otherwise, specially all damage caused by active skills and leader skills of biochemical beasts is considered direct damage. Indirect damage includes follow-up damage, residual damage, or status damage, such as corrosion. That's as far as you're going to get into it.
Yeah, corrosion affect the stats. Then is that what they say about the corrosion effect for this one is minus 30? Crit?
Well, yeah, so while this effective active, you're taking off 30 crit, but you're also dealing that extra damage. You're dealing 144% every second, right? So now you're dealing extra damage and pulling off crit.
Okay.
Right? And because there's no trigger rate, there's no percentage trigger rate for corrosion. It's just when triggering a combo. You see what I'm saying? So putting combo chips on your hammer pangolin is going to increase this capability as well.
Because right now this one is useless, basically.
No, because you're still hitting combo.
Yeah, because if I don't put anything on it, it's useless. I need combo for it to become useful.
Right. To get that extra combo, corrosion damage. But again, you'll get that combo trigger as you simply level up your crab himself.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
When should I switch from putting potential on the pangolin to the crab? Do I
pristine life or potential?
Pristine life, because
I would finish the whole thing. The whole thing.
Finish the whole thing. Yeah. Okay.
Because you have to realize you're getting 100% of the main hero. You're only getting up to 70% of your inheritance if you get your development all the way done. And my development isn't all the way done, and I'm only getting 50%, and it's expensive to get to 70%.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay. And just remind me, if there's things that I'm saying that don't make sense, let me know.
No, it makes sense.
Okay.
Nope.
So when we look at chips, let's look at our hammer pangolin first. Let's go into his chips. Do you know much about the arrays? Do you know how the arrays work?
I've read them a bit. I've went with the crit one. I read them like plus crit, so I was just stacking the crit for damage, everything. So I have the crit array for the purple one,
Mm-hmm.
and the crit array for the brain and
Perfect.
spine.
So put on your brain and spine. That's totally fine. Go to your other ones for a second. Let's see what you have for choices. Okay, that charged chip is going to be your other one.
Yeah,
I think is your combo. So you can actually do two things here. You can actually increase a couple of things. Go put that one on your left arm. Sorry. Put that one on your left arm and your left leg. Now go to your right leg.
But just a combo, just a counter here.
They're the same ones. You can level up those ones too.
And that counter,
And then that one.
Counter.
So here's what we've done now. We've taken advantage of the 2-piece array on 2 different sets.
Yeah.
Right? So instead of having all of that crit damage overlay, we're now adding some extra counter trigger rates as well. So we're adding an additional 50% counter trigger rate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So this is going to help you break away from all of the crit, add a little bit more counter, so now your counter trigger rate will be a little bit higher. And because we're adding a couple of points in there, once you get the other pieces, you can again decide how you want to go. I would still save up at least. I would still grow these organically, your purples organically. In my opinion, the blue ones I would only keep if you don't have a purple. But a level 1 purple is almost better than a level 3 blue. It's like almost.
Yeah, the blues are pretty much useless.
Yeah, so I look at dismantling the blues kind of as quick as I can. But even in this situation, right? So you've got a decent amount of crit, right? You're benefiting your crit. You're providing more crit with your 2-piece array on the other side. And now you could go ahead and put the other 2 pieces as the crit one and get your 4-piece array bonus, right? You could definitely do that if you wanted. So if you swap that one to the crit one as well, and then swap the other one to the crit one, you're going to get your 4-piece array as well. That's totally a good choice as well. That's just putting more value on the crit and doing the crit damage from there.
Okay.
Right? So if this is the best ones that you have, work on them right now and keep them the way they are and just let them grow. Totally fine. Right? Work on bring the combo set in as you get it. Because you have one piece of the combo set on the left leg.
Left leg combo.
You've got the chain chip on the left leg. So if you get the other chain chips, as you get them, you can swap them in. But use this for right now because this is going to be your hardest hitting your main line.
Yeah, I think I have enough for 1 purple chip, so might just get that one to get the 2 stars.
Yep.
4-piece array and switch to the combo.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with even finishing off the 3-part set first. Because remember, what we want to do is look at what you've done the most of already. Don't take away from the hard work that you've put in. It's still going to be a hard-hitting set, right?
Mm-hmm.
It just gives you more stuff to work on as you need to, as you're working on the other ones.
Yeah, I have some reports where my beast goes up with 150 million people, and it's out-damage them at this.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, exactly. So even on something like that, you want to be as hard hitting as you can for what you have. So putting on that 4-piece array just means that you're going to be triggering more damage. 60% of the time, you're going to be dealing more damage. Totally fine. Mm-hmm. And the extra benefit that you'll have from having an extra 50 counter might not be as influential as having the extra damage from the crit. So it's totally fine.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. But that basically doubled your beast might, right? You went from it was 1 million outside of that, but now we add chips and we're at 2 million with a hero, right? With the support.
Yeah, I think it was when paired with this guy, with this chip, it was 2.5.
Mm-hmm. Well, it will be because those will be your top 2. But once we get your other one done, right, and we fill this guy out, so you can fill this guy out with chips. Don't put blues. Don't put blues.
Oh, even for the combo? If I want combo bonus, I still counter. Okay.
Because look at the blue. Look at the blue for a second. What are you actually getting from the blue when you get there?
I was getting the combo.
130 combo, right? So you're gonna be right. But if we know what's on your other beast right now, right? He's providing crit and counter, and he's doing a lot of that. So you're not going to be providing a lot of combo naturally. right, from your inheritance. So
Okay.
so now you could go ahead and put that combo 1 on there, but again, here's the thing that my mentality. You have 2 beasts, or effectively 4 beasts that you're having to equip, right? Every other chip that you're not going to put on,
It's gonna destroy them.
you're going to think about dismantling.
Yeah.
So if you go to him for go to the giant crab claw for a second, and you go to that land, if you go for the combo chip, there's no benefit you get outside of, I mean, it means that you're going to have a purple in your bag doing nothing, because you're not going to equip it on another beast right now. You have no need to.
Yeah.
Right? And it's
gonna.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, it's gonna affect the rating as well, right? So
Yeah, so and every little bit helps. So I mean, don't get me wrong, there is validity to having this blue chip because it is fully awakened, but here's a prime example. We're talking 130 combo versus 100 counter at level 1. As soon as you get one more piece, even if you just get the other combo piece for blue, right? Depending on how you want to go.
It'll go yeah.
You've got options, right? So leaning off of the blues kind of as quick as you can, in my opinion, especially on your brain and your...
Yeah, those are...
Yeah, because you're getting... It doesn't provide...
Providers.
Exactly. And that gives you your 2-piece array on your brain work as well. And Oh, close.
Yeah.
Close.
Well,
But again, here it's just going to be what you're lucky enough to get, right? What you're lucky enough to get, or putting the parts in, to fill in the individual pieces that you need. Because right now you really only need one more for your counter chip to increase counter on this, and then as you level them up, you'll be providing combo by itself already.
Yeah.
Right. So there's lots, but that gives you options. So now you can dismantle those chips that you're not going to use, and every week buy the parts that you need.
Yeah.
Right.
The thing I've been buying is gotta go eat, so might have to wrap that up.
We're going to be pretty much done here right away anyway. So
Yeah.
I think we've pretty much covered into everything that we need to.
So for the beast store, I only get the frag because I feel these are too expensive for what they get.
They're not.
They're not. I should still focus on these.
You still want your elite chips because your elite chips are so much stronger. If you go look at the elite chips that you have, for example.
I only have 2.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Go look at them, for example, and you'll see the mass difference
between these. Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I know it's a level 2 versus a level 1, but the bonus damage that you're getting, I mean, that's 8% additional crit damage. That's 2.5 times your base attack and HP. And the bonus effect they get at 3-star plus is also crazy. Like, you get a bonus effect, right? You get an additional bonus crit coming with it as well, plus.
Yeah. Okay.
So like they're still worth it, especially with the inclusion of OC chips. Like, the only reason why my pangolin is able to hold out the way that it does is because I've got full legendary chips on my pangolin.
Got it. Okay.
And I've only just been, because I've been lucky enough to get the legendary chips, and I've been using everything on my physical stuff because I'm a garrison main. So if you're a garrison main, you're doing the right stuff with your beasts. You work on your garrison beasts and work on those chips that'll give you more options. But you're going to be working effectively on each of the 3 sets anyways. So you are going to be inflating your might a little, or your rating a little bit, by having those options. It's just depending on which ones you're going to be working on first.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Any other questions, concerns, or anything else?
No, that's pretty much on track. It goes with what I had in mind already to do, so just confirms that I'm not going on the wrong direction.
No, honestly, I think you're doing really well, especially at your might. Sub 100 million to have a 2.7 mil set is still pretty good. Yeah. And your Sophie's probably hitting pretty hard. Having a level 1 transcended Ethan is disgusting at that might, so... Yeah, I think you're doing really well.
Wars, the off-limit wars thing under 70 million with those 2, it's just a piece of cake. It's
That's
like,
what I'm saying.
it just-
I mean, like you're set up very, very well, and I think I don't really think you needed much more advice from me. Even in your beasts, I think all that we've really done now is just giving you more of a capability to have some freedom, right? Get rid of some of those armaments, get rid of some of those chips.
Yeah.
Start to hyper focus buying those every single week, and dump those into those armaments. Because once you get those armament sets at 3 million, 3.5 million, 4 million, like my 4.4 million Boyd can stand up to some 6 million sets that I've seen. You know what I mean? So having that type of depth is important.
Yeah.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to wrap up today's episode of Schools in Session. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, smash that like button. Comment down below what your favorite trick was or your favorite tip that you might have learned here today. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends, and click the join button. Become a member today. It only costs about $5 American per month, but it goes a long way to helping support the channel because unfortunately IGG doesn't take care of its content creators and YouTube doesn't pay very much. So if the community can come together and support us, that would be great, but don't think it's a necessity. Just click that join button, become a member, and have some fun in the process. Other than that, folks, thanks very much for tuning in. Love, peace, chicken grease, and until next time, stay lifted.